It's maybe going to be a little bit controversial. I 100% agree with Modi Ji when he puts India first. Shalom and namaste everyone. Today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to know what you think about us. This is an interview with Vishnu from NDTV. Now here's the thing, I do not know who that man is, I'm sorry. But write down in the comments. I will Google who he is after this reaction. However, I want you to hear, because it says he's a journalist. I want to know your point of view on him, because if this is a person who's covering stories, I want to know what do you think about that person and his approach. I'm going to educate myself about him later, but I want to know from people who actually consume his content. Now, he's talking about the relationship between Israel and India, and that was when that aired when Modi Ji just arrived to Israel. He already left, he's at his home, but it's interesting for me to see how you guys see us. So let's just start.
לקראת ביקורו ההיסטורי של ראש ממשלת הודו במשכן הכנסת, וישנו סום, עורך בכיר ברשת NDTV ההודית, מדבר בראיון בלעדי לערוץ כנסת על השותפות האסטרטגית שהפכה לנכס חיוני עבור הענקית הדרום-אסיאתית.
I would suggest that there are very few countries willing to offer India the quality and the state-of-the-art in military technology similar to what Israel is doing. The level of technology and the systems which Israel offers us is something which is deeply, deeply respected.
Interesting.
We had an 88-hour battle between India and Pakistan in May 2025, where we saw so much of Israeli weaponry being used. The Rampage missile was certainly one system which was used. We've seen Harop drones being used as well. So it's across the board, and I've just named the Air Force and the Navy, but all across the services we see extremely high-tech Israeli weapon systems, some of which are co-developed and manufactured in India.
Okay, to hear him talking about like Israeli systems that we are using, unfortunately because of our reality, unfortunately you have to use them as well because of your reality. But to hear him talking so casually about this, like, yeah, this is something both Israel and India are doing together, and the fact that you guys are also creating it in your country now, it makes me feel like a little bit of pride that, yay, we help people, but also it's a lot of responsibility to know that it's not just something we developed for ourselves, it's actually something that other people will, like, unfortunately have to be used. So it needs to be so perfect, because you don't want to be in charge of someone else's life in a different place. And for some reason, like, what if we made something who's not working 100% accurate? So I really hope it's interesting how we're kind of in the same boat with the same enemy, and I really hope everything is going to be okay with the things we're developing together.
Got a policy called Atma Nirbharta, and that basically means self-sufficiency. In the case of Israel, we have seen an incredible involvement. A large number of radar systems have their origins in Israel. Those are also co-developed and co-manufactured in India.
הביקור הזה מתקיים על רקע השיא של מתיחות אזורית ומדגיש את היכולת של הודו להלך בין הטיפות בדיפלומטיה המזרח תיכונית.
India's foreign policy is one of autonomy. We are one of the few countries in the world which has a close relationship with Iran while having a close relationship with Israel as well. However, when it comes to West Asia, we are absolutely clear in our foreign policy that there must be peace on the ground, there must be a return to peace in Gaza. We do believe in a two-state policy when it comes to West Asia and Israel.
Okay, I explained this several times before. There is a Palestinian state. It's called Jordan. Majority of the people in Jordan are so-called self-claimed Palestinians. To say that you want another country, that just, to me, like someone is going to say, I want Kashmir to be a Muslim country, so can India just back off? Do you understand how much this statement for us Israeli people is absurd and totally not make sense? It's like for you Pakistan was already created. Why to build another Pakistan on your soil? Why to do that? The whole two countries, two nations, blah blah. First of all, the Palestinian people are not nations. I explained it so many times, and I believe that, I'm really sorry, but this idea of having two separate countries is completely delusional, because it's not going to make them happy if they have a country. They already have a country. The same people, the same ideology, the same everything. It's in Jordan, it's in Syria, it's in Egypt. It's a little bit in Lebanon because Lebanon have the indigenous people of Lebanon. They were forced to convert to Islam, and there were people from Palestine, self-claimed Palestinians, who went there as refugees and then started a civil war there. So the whole concept of like India wants two-state solution doesn't work. And it doesn't work because also Israel tried it several times. The people who self-claim as Palestinians didn't, like, they said no every single time. So I'm sorry for me to hear this again in 2026 after your people lived through terror attacks. You need to understand that radical Islam is trying to occupy all the world. So if you give radical Islam a country, they are not just chilling in their own country. They are going to other places and attacking other places. And if you don't understand that, how about you learn a little bit from your history, what happened in November, in 26th of November? Like, what is happening in here? Why should you reward people for creating terror attacks? Why would you rebuild Gaza, a place that constantly the civilians there, we all know right now that civilians there stole, kidnapped Israeli civilians, and not just Israeli, like also people from India, from Nepal, they stole people. Why would you want to give a prize for a person who's trying to kill you? I understand that India thinks world peace is important, but I'm sorry, being smart is also important. And if India is not going to change this mindset of supporting two-state solution, creating Palestine next to Israel, your country is going to face the exact same problem we're having. So I don't know, say goodbye to Kashmir, say goodbye to Assam, say goodbye to Goa, say goodbye to every single place a radical Islamic person is going to decide it belongs to them. I'm sorry, I know I'm blabbering, this is not about this is about Modi Ji visiting Israel, but this policy of not understanding, of refuse to understand the main issue and ignoring the main issue and then saying, oh, we don't support terrorists, we're gonna buy things from Israel to help us against terrorism while we're supporting terrorism. What is happening? What is happening with you guys? Okay, let's continue. I'm sorry, but I cannot. Every time I'm hearing India, out of all the countries, India, the one country who actually have a little bit things that are like similar to us, still living in this delusional ideology of let's just give them a country. What is happening? Okay, let's continue with the video.
But obviously, those are sensitivities which both sides get into every now and again.
Shalom, leklam, anisemia mayot, lehiet po.
אנחנו ידידים אישיים, מדברים תכופות בטלפון, מבקרים זה את זה. אני ביקרתי בהודו, מודי ביקר כאן, השתכשכנו בימי הים התיכון.
This relationship would be one of the best and one of the closest ones. Prime Minister Modi sends messages in Hebrew on Twitter all the time. They're on a first name basis with each other. They're very close friends. You know,
I have to say, like, I've seen both of them talking to each other in speeches. And it's interesting because they're two world leaders and they're just friends. Like, outside of the fact that they're running countries, they're just really close friends who appreciate each other. That's really beautiful to see.
Modi is a hardline leader. You know, I mean, he's an India first. He's got a very direct approach.
As he should, by the way. You always need to be, first of all, be supporting on your people and then see how you can work with other people.
And he values Israel for what it gives us. And I think Benjamin Netanyahu has a similar approach. Both of our countries face the threat of terrorism.
אנחנו נייצר מערכת שלמה של בריתות סביב ובתוך המזרח התיכון. הכוונה כאן הוא ליצור ציר של מדינות שרואות את המציאות ואת האתגרים ואת היעדים בעין אחת מול הצירים הרדיקליים.
זהו קשר שנשזר בין עסקאות טילים לחילופי ציוצים, ומגיע עד למפגש היומיומי ברחובות ישראל והוד.
We see so many of young Israelis come to India. They go to Goa, they go to the Himalayas, and they just fit in like a glove. And you know, they love it over there, and they are deeply respected in India. And just as so many Indians are deeply respected in your country. In a country like ours, which is multi-faith, there has never, ever been a question of persecution for Jews. They're welcome over here. I have no doubt in saying that the relationship with Israel is one which is very much on the ascendancy. It's improving, it's based on technology, and I think there is a great value in it.
Okay, so what am I taking from this video? First of all, Vishnu is giving a very interesting and very educated voice. It's interesting to see the relationship between Modi Ji and Netanyahu Ji is maybe friends with like on first name basic. However, it is cool to see how much their bond is really strong and how much they are pro their countries and how much they're making our countries working together. On the two-state solutions, I'm sorry I was blabbing. I know we don't see eye to eye on a lot of topics, also with Iran, and we have a lot of approaches to things. And on one hand, it is healthy. It's okay to be not 100% agreeing with each other, but it makes a relationship more real. I understand that. However, I would much rather, and the way I look at this, yes, we don't need to agree eye to eye on everything. We don't need to see eye to eye on everything. However, there are some things that for me, I'm like, how can you not see this? So it's a little bit weird for me that the things that are so obvious to me are not obvious to the people of India. And I'm assuming the same thing. I'm assuming the people of India can look at me and say, how come she does not get this on other topics? Which is good. Honestly, it is important to have different point of view and things. It was really exciting to hear that it's not just Israel sell, India buy, but we're actually able to do a lot of things together. This is very cool at the end of the day. Like I can walk in India and seeing things like made in India, but they were developed and created from Israel. So that's pretty cool. And I love the fact, and it's maybe gonna be a little bit controversial, I 100% agree with Modi Ji when he puts India first. Now, humanity-wise, we all need to be helping each other irrelevant of where we are. However, I don't think Modi Ji says, my country is awesome, all other countries sucks. I believe Modi Ji says, I am from India. I need to help the people of India. Just like how I'm putting my country first, just like how I expect every single person to put their country first, their family, their city, their village, their country. The things, their morals and values, they should be first. And then you can see how you can work with other places, with other people who have maybe same values in you, and if not, how you can work over, like build bridges with the values that maybe are not together, but see how we can work things together. Now, India is big and Israel is small, but we both have so many things that together we can work on and build a really great, not just a great relationship, but also a great future. So I really want to know, first of all, what do you guys think about Israel? What do you guys think about our relationship, connection? Because obviously this is a man who works in the media. I'm gonna Google who he is, but this is a person who works in the media. This is not just an average person, and I much rather learn how you guys see me and how you guys see my country and what do you think, good, bad. I do not want an answer, a comment of like everything is awesome. I really want to hear things that you think are problematic, things that you think we can work on, good things that you think we should develop some more. I think this is very good for us to be able to build a future for both of us. Write down in the comments, let me know. I would love to read this. I would love to us have an open conversation about this. And I will see you next video. להתראות.